Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's session of the Real Estate Investment Workshop. And we will kickstart in some few minutes. And we just want to play some previous videos of the event. So feel relaxed and enjoy.
Welcome everyone to the December edition of Real Estate Investment Workshop. There's an opportunity where you'll be able to get more information about that opportunities within the real estate sector. Now, this session has been had from the beginning of the year till now, even from the beginning of last year till now. So we are going to do some one top real estate investment workshop where we have speakers come on to share the leadership and also answer any questions you may have concerning real estate. And for those who are interested in real estate as well, they offer insights into what it takes to run their career. So welcome, once again to the session. This session has lined up an amazing collection of speakers where to talk about everything relating to real estate and what do you do. We have investors, real estate agents, as well as bankers and lawyers all coming on these panels up from time to time. As you know, Ghana has quickly become a hotspot for real estate investment and housing. And houses are going fast. Where you're looking to invest back home, or an Afro descent hoping to reconnect to Africa, or even a local that looking to invest within the real estate, booming real estate sector, this is the opportunity for you to get fine details about those aspects of it. And we want to reconnect Africa. So this process from start to finish, getting into real estate Ghana, whether dealing with agents, educational properties, as well as talking about lifestyle properties for site and yeah, this is a place for networking and meeting like-minded individuals. This is brought to you by the Intim Group, the Global Ecosystem, and Ghana Tech. So welcome once again to this session, and shortly I'll be choosing the panel that will be discussing for this month. For this month, we'll have this session will be moderated by the resident program leader of the Intim Group, Ralph Nyama, and he'll be joined by Antoinette Mama, who is a lawyer from Eden Law and Associates, as well as Andrew Razak Chima, who is the market manager at Fidelity Bank Group, and Natasha Cesar, who is the founder and CEO of Create Properties Ghana. So I believe the panel is ready. We check in with the team. The panel is ready and ready to go live and get into the discussion. So I'll just hand over to Nyama to start the panel discussion. Welcome. Okay. You can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me as well?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
We'll take a brief recap from the previous episode of the real estate investment workshop in Alava Operations. And once we take that break, the panel will be ready to go.
Hello, everyone. You are welcome to today's session of the Real Estate Investment Workshop, and we will kickstart right away. Um, Currently, we have our speaker, Antoinette, who is the lawyer. It's on there. Others will join us shortly. Antoinette, I don't know if you can hear me loud and clear. Hello?
Hello.
Yes.
I
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right.
Okay. Thank you very much for showing up for us, and you're welcome to today's session of the Real Estate Investment Workshop. We are glad to have you on.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me too. I'm also glad to be here again.
Sure. It's a great honor to have you. So we'll kickstart with you. The two other speakers have not shown up yet. We are yet to know the reason, but since you're on, we can't let you stay on forever. So we'll start with you. If they join, then we'll pick it up from there. Okay. So kindly briefly introduce yourself and explain your role in the real estate industry in Ghana.
Okay, so my name is Antoinette Boama. I've been a lawyer practicing in the country for I think 6 years now. And my role in the real estate industry is basically to guide my clients when it comes to purchasing real estate in the country. Yes. So before they purchase any real estate houses or maybe they sign any agreement pertaining to real estate, I I give them advice and also guide them through the whole process. So that's basically what I do. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. By your own opinion, what makes Ghana real estate market unique compared to other markets in Africa?
This question should be directed at those who are coming, the other speakers, but
Okay.
because they deal in the selling and the transactions and all that. What I do is the legal aspect.
Okay.
But from the little that I know with respect to the real estate market, I think with Ghana's market is way better than the other. I won't say better. It's Ghana's market is different in the sense that when you come to Ghana, we don't have the whole political instability that other West African countries have. Plus, our government has also taken steps in boosting real estate and real estate transactions and all that. See, with recently, I think in 2020, we had two new acts concerning real estate. That's the Land Act and the Real Estate Agency Act. So our government is also interested in affordable housing and social interventions with respect to real estate. So with all these, the government is also implementing other policies such as inviting people in the diaspora to come down and purchase property here. So when you look at all this, it makes our market quite unique from the other markets. It's safer for people to actually come and purchase property here than in other countries. Yes.
All right. Thank you very much. At least you've given us a few ideas. So those who are looking forward to purchase properties in Ghana, the diaspora, I thought this is a point you should note and why the need for you to come to Ghana to purchase a property. Okay,
Yeah.
so we dive into what the to your side, and then so what you been having been in the industry for a while. What are some of the most critical legal aspects real estate investors must understand before acquiring properties in Ghana?
If you, I don't know, with the the last time I spoke at
Yeah.
this workshop, my main motto when it comes to purchasing real estate is to consult a lawyer. Before I speak on what they should know, I have to implore everyone to seek legal counsel before purchasing any property. It might look simple, it might sound simple. You see adverts, you see adverts online, you see adverts on Facebook. I mean, when you are out of the country, you you get these offers from people, real estate agencies in Ghana, where they tell you, oh, you can pay this amount, and every month you pay this amount, and within 2 years you would have acquired this property. And people look at it, they think, oh, it's a good deal, and they start paying. But the first thing you have to do is to consult a lawyer when it comes to purchasing real estate. It doesn't matter the interest you are getting, it doesn't matter whether it's a lease, an assignment, tenancy agreement. You have to consult a lawyer first. If you decide not to consult a lawyer but you want to go ahead on your own, then you have to, the most important things to look at are ownership and possession. When it comes to owning property, ownership and possession matter the most. Ownership, as in who owns the property. You want to buy a land at maybe Kaswa. Who owns it? Sometimes these real estate agencies, some companies will come to you and tell you to pay this amount and you get this interest in this land. Most of the time, these people are just agents. They don't own the land, but they come to you. Maybe the company is A company, and you buy the land from A company, and they prepare an indenture for you, and A company is the one granting you the land. You get it? But usually these companies are just agents, and they have no rights in the land. They have no title in the land. Do you understand? They go to the real owners of the land. Maybe it's a family or it's a stool, and the stool has to grant you that interest in the land. So ownership is very important. You have to check who the owner is, and that's where lands commission comes in. When it comes to purchasing property, there are a lot of players. It's not just the agent. The agent. We have surveyors. We have lawyers. We have the agents who are the real estate agents. We have so many people, but the people purchasing the properties choose to deal with just one. That's the agent. Even if the agent has a lawyer, the real estate company has a lawyer. That lawyer is not your lawyer. You understand? So you go to land commission and you conduct a search. When you conduct a search, you first get a site plan of whatever property they are trying to sell to you. I really wish my other speakers were here so that they will confirm what I'm saying. They will give you a site plan. Then you will go to Lands Commission and conduct a search. The search will show who owns that particular land. So when you get the name of who owns the land, you also get the size of the land. They show you the size of the land and they show you where exactly they are giving to you. You check all that, make sure everything is in place. Then you visit the land itself. Know who is in possession of the land. Sometimes you go and conduct a search and everything is in order, but you go to the site and someone is in occupation, someone is in possession of the land, and the person has probably been in possession of the land for over 20 years, over 12 years. Nobody has sacked them. But you conducted a search and everything was in order. At this point, you need to consult a lawyer. Don't go ahead with the purchase of the land. Because most of the time, possession inures to the benefit of the one who is already in possession to get it. So if maybe someone has registered it, but someone has been working on it, someone has been living on it for years, it it leads to a complicated issue at this point. So you don't necessarily have to go ahead with it without consulting a lawyer. That's why I keep saying at every stage in the purchase of a land, you need a lawyer. If for nothing, just advice. Trust me, the money you pay to the lawyer will be worth it in the end. There are so many people who have purchased lands 5, 10 years and they are still in court. They've not even been able to enter the land to work on it or even start construction or anything. So ownership and possession, those are the two things I will advise every investor to look at before purchasing land in Ghana. I think that will be my answer for that question.
Okay, thank you very much, Antoinette. Your submission, you mentioned some people who have bought the land and then they're still in court as
Yeah.
we speak about 10 years and things. That brings us to the next question, which is the land dispute and fraud in the country. They are very significant and concerned. How can investors safeguard themselves from this risk during property transactions?
As I've already mentioned,
Yeah.
you need a lawyer. You need a lawyer because you see when conveyance, and I keep saying this, conveyancing is one full course in the law school. People use a whole year to study that course in law school. So you can't just get up and do it without that person's advice. You understand? It's not something you just wake up and say, okay, I know, so I'm going to do it. Something might be very simple to you, but legally it's very complicated. So before you purchase any land, before you even start negotiating these things, consult a lawyer. There may be some lawyers who are not well versed in real estate law. That's fine. But you have to find a lawyer who actually knows about real estate, land law, immovable property. Yes. You get a lawyer, the lawyer advises you. You conduct a search, as I've already stated. You conduct a search first. If it's an unregistered land, you visit the site. There in Ghana, people are friendly. You enter someone's land, just ask the neighbors. This land has been here for a while. Nobody is working on it. Has someone been here? Have people been fighting on it? Is there a case in court? Ask all those questions. Sometimes you conduct a search at the land commission. Everything is fine, but maybe they are suing the person whose name is on the title. You understand? You'd have to sit it out, wait for the case to end. And how will you know this? You would have to go to the site, ask people around. Definitely, someone would want to transfer their liability to you. They would not disclose that, oh, this case, they are suing us with respect to this land. So wait for the case to end. They won't. They need their money. They will just take your money, and later you realize that there's a case in court. So you need to conduct serious investigation before giving anyone your money. Don't just get up and get into it because the deal looks good. When you go to Accra High Court alone, we have 11 land courts. That's the highest number of courts we have in with respect to one area of law. 11 land courts, and not not all land cases are taken to the high court too. Some are in the district courts, some are in the circuit courts. But the high court alone, that's Accra High Court alone, has 11 land courts. I should tell you the number of land cases that are pending in our courts. So don't just assume that everything is okay just because they've presented to you that, yeah, everything is okay, and go and purchase the land. Consult a lawyer, conduct searches, let the lawyer guide you. With every information you get, present it to your lawyer, ask for advice, pay legal fees. The legal fees you pay now will save you a huge amount you are going to waste in the end if you don't consult a lawyer now. I think that would be the advice I have for
Sure. I was come to do a follow up with you keep mentioning consult a lawyer. So I wanted to know what are the requirements for me as an individual. Do I just walk into a law firm and then be like, I want to buy a land and I need you to be my lawyer, or there are some procedures I need to follow before coming into your office to ask you to be my lawyer?
No, it's just like every other situation that requires a lawyer. You enter a law firm and you tell them you want a lawyer. When you come to my firm, in fact, before you come, you would have booked an appointment. You want a lawyer, you are going to purchase land. You need a lawyer. Sometimes some charge a percentage of the purchase price. Some also charge hourly fees. It depends. But you just go to any law firm that practices real estate law, that's land law, and you get a lawyer. Get a lawyer, let them advise you. And no legal fee is cast in stone. Everything is negotiable. I feel like people are scared of legal fees. They are too scared of legal fees that they they don't. But if you are going to buy land worth $300,000 and you can't pay $10,000 to $30,000 to a lawyer to make sure everything is in order, then whatever you face is up to you. You understand? With any amount you set aside to purchase land, set a portion of it aside for legal fees. It's very important. It's more important than the land you are buying. It's more important than the land because you might be inheriting a liability that you don't know. And when when you get into a situation like that and you go back to a law firm for the services of a lawyer, the percentage is higher. The legal fee is higher than what you would have paid if you had consulted a lawyer in the first place. Also, not every lawyer is into real estate. So you have to use your discretion and your discernment to get a lawyer which suits you. So as I said, investigation, you have to investigate. You have to check, make sure that you are getting into the right agreement with the right lawyer. Same way you need to check whether you're getting into the right transaction with the right owners. Hmm.
Okay. Thank you very much. Uh, when we began, you mentioned the Land Act and then the Real Estate Act. Maybe some I may know, but some of our audience might not know. Do you mind throwing more light as in explaining the legal impact of the Real Estate Agency Act and then what investors should know about it?
Okay, so the Real Estate Agency Act was passed by Parliament to regulate um, real estate agency, basically. So the Parliament, through this act, set up the Real Estate Agency Council, and this was in 2021. But as at now, the Real Estate Agency Council is not fully functional. So now, as far as I'm concerned, it's not fully functional. But I think earlier this year it was in the news that they were supposed to set up their office in April. I'm not sure if it has been done, but the crux of the act is to license agents. So the Real Estate Agency Council has been given the mandate to educate real estate agents, regulate real estate agencies, set up a scale of fees for real estate agents, and the most important one is the licensing of real estate agents. So if things had gone as planned by this act, we should have had a real estate database with all the agents and transactions by now. But I have not cited anything like that.
Okay.
So now, when it comes to the licensing of real estate agents, if you are a lawyer, they are supposed to grant you that license because for lawyers, it's assumed that you have already gone through the training that is required for you to become a real estate agent. Then valuation and estate surveyors, they are also registered and they belong to associations. So they are also assumed to have gone through the training that is required for them to become real estate agents. Then, if you are you reside outside Ghana and you are a real estate agent in that country you are in, when you come down here and you want to register as a real estate agent, you are also going to be granted the license. Then the last set of people are the ones who have not had any formal training pertaining to real estate agency, real estate transactions, and all that. So the council is supposed to set up a board which will conduct real estate exams. And when you pass this exam, you'll be granted the license. But I don't think that is in place at the moment. So the real estate agents at the moment do not do not have the license that they are supposed to have, honestly. So all things being equal, if this act is actually worked on, it will help. It will reduce a lot of these real estate cases, land cases, and all that because you get a database and everything is on there. You go there, you check if your agent is licensed, and if this education is. And some of these real estate agencies are also deceived in quotes by owners of these properties because sometimes they pay they buy the land. Initially that's what they used to do. They would buy a vast area of land and they would transfer the title to others in their name. But now what they do is to avoid all this liability sorry, to avoid all this liability that have been passed on to them in the past. Now they act strictly as agents. They don't acquire any interest in the land they are selling. They act as an intermediary between the buyers and the owners. So when you go to them, you sign a sale and purchase agreement with them. But the real indenture, that's the lease or tenancy or assignment or all that, are done by the real owners of the land. You understand? So if if this is done, they set up an educational body. People educate people who want to become real estate agents. Then they license them. It will reduce all these problems, most of these problems, not all, most of these problems that we have been having with real estate. Because then the agents will also know much about real estate law, and that will help. That will help everyone involved. Yeah. So that's the little I can say on the Real Estate Agency Act.
Okay, thank you very much. But then you mentioned if we think of buying a land or acquiring a property, we should first up first go talk to a lawyer. How does lawyers or legal individuals collaborate with other people in the industry?
So with this, that's how it has. This is how it was supposed to be from the beginning. If you are a real estate agent and a buyer comes to you, tells you that, oh, I want to buy this land, you have to tell the person, this is our agreement drafted by our lawyers. Now go and find a lawyer and also draft yours. You understand? Find the lawyer, let the lawyer review it. If there is any question you have, ask us. We work side by side. Lawyers, agents, surveyors, um, valuation officers, everyone. We work together because personally, when you come to my firm, we have people at Land Commission that we work with. When a client comes and they want to purchase land, we interact with the agency. We check their agreements. If everything is in order, we now take the site plan, we take it to our people at Land Commission. Then they conduct the searches, they bring the reports back to us. We now advise our clients, everything is okay, you can sign it. After they sign it, we ask them, do you want to register it now or you want to enter possession and register it later? But it's advisable to register it now. If they want to register it that moment, we take the signed indenture and everything back to Lands Commission and our people register it for them at a fee, all that. So you see, everyone has to work together for a successful transaction. One person cannot work without the other. One person working without the other is risky. They can, but it's risky because anything can happen. You cannot just conduct your own search. You have to go to Lands Commission. And I cannot, even though as a lawyer, I can broker a real estate transaction. I wouldn't want to do that. I would let the real estate agent do that. I will handle the legal aspects. You get it? So from everything I've said, you see that we all work together. There must be an interaction amongst all of us for a successful transaction. If you go through all this and you still run into an issue, you know that you've done everything you were supposed to do, and it's just a matter of time in court. You're going to win the case. You understand? Mhm.
Yeah.
But if you don't do all this and you run into an issue, you get to court and you realize that maybe there something you didn't do is what has brought you here. You might not have a strong case. Your case might not be stronger than the person who took you to court. So that's how all the players in the real estate ecosystem have to interact with each other for a successful transaction to complete. Yes.
All right, thank you very much. But a quick question, one question that came to mind, that has to do with the lawyer. Being a lawyer does not automatically make you a real estate lawyer. Is that true?
Yes, that's true.
Okay.
See, we when it comes to real estate, real estate law, that's basically land law and conveyancing in School of Law. We all learned it. Every lawyer learns it. So every lawyer has the basics, but some do not specialize in it. Some come out of school and they don't want to do anything real estate. So being a lawyer doesn't automatically make you a real estate lawyer. The same way being a lawyer doesn't make me a tech lawyer. If you bring me a tech case, I would refer you to someone who specializes in tech. Even though I can look at it for you, but I'm not an expert. I know lawyers who are specializing in those areas, and they will be better lawyers for you when it comes to cases like that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you for that clarification. Uh, so, I mean, I know you've mentioned some of this point, but I still want to see if there are other points that you add. Um, what are some of the common mistakes you see real estate investors do, and how they can be avoided?
Some of the mistakes,
Yeah.
the one that runs through is not finding a lawyer. That one it runs through. They all do it. Some signed some agreements. Someone signed. I had a case where someone signed an agreement that said he was supposed to develop the land in 2 years after buying it, and if he didn't, they would re-enter the land. And this was not even from the owner of the land; it was from the agent. That's the real estate agent, and he signed it anyway. But when it comes to sale and purchase agreements with real estate agents, there are some clauses that you shouldn't allow them to include in your agreement. And every clause in a contract is negotiable. Every clause is negotiable. There is no contract that is cast in stone. Everything is negotiable. So you don't allow them to include some clauses in your contract. Moreover, if they do, if they do, and you need a way around it, you still have to see a lawyer to help you, right? You start, you have, you sign this agreement with the real estate agent, and the real owners of the land, that's the stool, has already assigned their interest in the land to you. And in that agreement, there is no condition for you to develop the land in a year or two. Do you understand? That agreement supersedes this one. And you need to consult a lawyer to put the real estate company in check. There are a lot of agreements that investors have been signing. Sometimes they bring it to your office and you look at them and you wonder what made them sign it. You get it? We are humans by all means, and we live in a world where nothing is certain. There are a lot of unforeseen circumstances. So you can't sign some agreements with some terms, some stringent terms that cannot be bypassed because you didn't read or you didn't consult a lawyer. You understand? So their first mistake is signing agreements without consulting lawyers because they don't want to pay legal fees or they don't think lawyers are relevant. But the lawyer is the most important person. I'm not even going to downplay the other players in the ecosystem, but transactions involve contracts. When it comes to contracts, your lawyer is your most important player. Once you have a lawyer, you are going to get a good deal. Maybe unless the lawyer doesn't know what he or she is doing. But once they know what they are doing, they're going to get a good deal. And your chances are always better with a lawyer. So please, before you invest in any real estate, you have to consult a lawyer. Even if it doesn't go through, at least your money has been saved. That's the advice I will give.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Uh, we're almost through. Um, just some few questions more, and then we'll be done. I don't know if anyone has any questions. Please drop it in the chat feed, and the team will pull it up and will ask Lawyer Antoinette for you on your behalf. Okay. So, in your opinion, what is the growing demand for real estate in urban centers? How do you see the role of technology transforming the real estate legal processes?
Even looking at looking at what we are doing now, that's technology helping us. Because now there are people who are probably watching us outside the country who knew nothing, who knew nothing about what we are talking about now. But because of technology, we can reach people who are all the way 5,000, 4,000 miles away just to teach them about how real estate transactions are done in this country. Now, there is a high demand for properties in Ghana, especially in urban areas, mainly due to the fact that our government has started this Visit Ghana um, the policy or projects that they are undertaking, where people from the diaspora have started trooping in and buying property. That one I think is undeniable because if my other speakers were here, they would have confirmed it. Because we have a lot of people in the diaspora coming down to purchase property. And it's actually not a good look that they would come and buy property and they have to go to court for years because they didn't follow the right procedure. So with technology now, we can educate people. We can you right now if you go online, you search for real estate lawyer in Ghana. There are going to be several options there for you. If you search for real estate agency in Ghana, there are going to be several options. In fact, on Facebook and these social media apps, Instagram. I have seen a lot of real estate companies advertising on Instagram, and it's all due to technology. So as the market is growing, technology helps people to reach audiences far away from Ghana, miles and miles away from Ghana. So I think technology is a major tool in this real estate work. Yeah.
All right, thank you very much, Leah Antoinette. Um, we are bringing our session to an end, and I just want to ask these two questions, so then you take care of it, and we are done. So, for new investors looking to enter into Ghanaian real estate market, what's one piece of advice would you offer to them? And then two, as we close, are there any resource or tools you would like to recommend to anyone interested in learning more about the real estate um, investment in Ghana? Maybe I'm in the legal sector. Yes, I was introduced, but after a while, I feel like I want to specialize in the real estate aspect. Is there any way you think I can go about it?
Okay, so for the piece of advice, are you speaking on entering as an investor? Entering as an
Yes.
investor in so you want to
Yes.
purchase? Okay, as already stated, consult a lawyer. But before then, check online. Check online for real estate companies, but check their credibility too. Not every real estate company is credible. There are some specific companies that have run into a lot of issues in our courts at the moment. And these real estate companies you wouldn't want to recommend to anyone. And the only way to know that is if you don't just jump into it. You search online, you find a real estate company. Then you ask around, ask people who live in the country. Ask them, do you know about this company? Are they credible? You can also get in touch with a lawyer. In fact, for what we are doing, they can get in touch with Team Group and Global Startup. Or you can get in touch with all the people who are organizing this event, this workshop, and they can recommend very good real estate companies for you. There are several of them who have come on this workshop too. You can get in touch with any of them. Just make sure that the company you are dealing with is credible. Some of them don't have any properties for you. They will just lead you to lands that they don't even have. They don't even know anything about the owners, and they will take your money, and you continue paying and paying and paying. You come down here, and there's nothing for you. So it's always advisable to get someone here to be checking for you. Make sure the real estate company is credible, and make sure you get a lawyer who checks it for you. Make sure you have someone, if you know someone in Ghana, make sure you have that person also checking your investment for you. But don't just stay there, give money to a company to acquire land and relax. No, it doesn't work like that. That's not the way things work in this country. You can't just relax and give someone your money, someone you don't know the work they do, you don't know how many people they have issues with in court, nothing. You just give them your money and you sit back in your country waiting to get land when you come back. It doesn't work like that. You need to be vigilant. You need to be vigilant. Yeah. Then the tools I would recommend. In fact, with this, there are several articles on the Ghana real estate and laws governing Ghana real estate online. But if you don't want if you don't have access to them, or if you don't want to go through all that, you can just download the Land Act, the new Land Act of Ghana. You can download the Real Estate Agency Act. Just read them yourself. If you have questions, you can ask someone who is well versed in the real estate, the real estate market in Ghana. Now, if the the real estate agency council was working, they should have a website where you can access tools and documents and all that to well equip yourself. So hopefully, once the law has been passed, it will happen. It will happen. So let's pray it happens, so that you can just have a database where you go and check for all these things. You are trying to buy a land from someone. You open a database, you check the person's name, and everything pertaining to that particular land or that owner pops up. You are trying to deal with a real estate company. You check their name on the database. All their transactions are there, so you know that they are credible. So for now, you have to do with what we have, but soon enough, maybe we will get the real estate agency council database, and that will also help us. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Leah Antoinette. I don't know if it's possible we can connect with you. If yes, then how can we connect with you as we end today's session?
Or you can connect with me via email, antoinettebuama@gmail.com, or you can connect to me on LinkedIn, Antoinette Buamajan. Yeah.
Okay.
And if you pass through the global in team group, global startup ecosystem,
System.
they will connect you to me. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much, and we are glad we had you on, and we
Thanks for
appreciate
having me.
your input. All
Yeah.
right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much to all who made the time to join. Just some few announcements. Our two other speakers couldn't join, and we hope to see them in our next session. But however, coming next week, that's Thursday on the 12th, we have our Real Estate Future Summit, which is the last event relating to the real estate for the year, where we have almost all the speakers we've had over this year, joining us once again to share their knowledge. So if you miss any of the session or you have any question, you are welcome to join us on Thursday, same time, same venue. That's virtual. So there'll be a registration link. So if you want to be notified, make sure you register so you can get a notification when it's time. And come with your questions, come with your notebook to pen down all the knowledge that you want to acquire. And yes, if there's any other questions that you want to find out, just reach out on events at Global Startup Ecosystem or any of our social media platform, and we will be ready to answer. Until then, we want to say a very big thank you once again for joining us. And also, we have a community, or we have a group on WhatsApp where we have other real estate agents, the speakers, those who are already in it, those who are looking forward to learn. Just scan the barcode and you automatically join the group. You can share your ideas, ask questions. Those who are already in the industry, you can learn from them. It enables everyone to be on the same level as you, learn and also share knowledge as well. And yes, thank you very much for making time to join us. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the day.